Oh! Oh! Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Look at these children's card games.
They sure don't make the Yu-Gi-Oh cards like this anymore.
Hi, Matt!
Jayden, how the fuck did you get in my house?
Could I live with you?
No, get the fuck out of my house.
I lay a curse upon your very soul!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
You shall be destined to play the worst the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise has had to offer since the dawn of creation. You Bell, chain him to this endless misery until he learns the true meaning of
friendship!
Ah, all two of you.
No, not the phone book! There has to be some knowledge that there's some decency left in this world. No! Not the internet! Damn you, you Bell! Damn you, gender-ambiguous anime characters! Well, guys, it is time to go on a little journey. I guess it's time to...
Yu-Gi-Oh! The most popular card game, manga, and anime of the early 2000s. Back when I was a kid, this game was huge, knocking Pokemon, Magic, Beyblade, and any other series that dared stand in its way right off the map. It still to this day holds the Guinness Book of World Records as the best-selling trading card game of all time, with more than 25 billion, that's right, billion cards sold.
$100 billion.
This son of a bitch even landed on multiple covers of TV Guide, back when that actually meant something. Now with things like the internet, social media, and with the YouTubes, Yu-Gi-Oh's popularity has started to decline, but still remains a very relevant part of global culture. Now at the height of its popularity, Konami didn't quite expect such a feedback, but the masses were unquenchable. They demanded more, and more, and more! So, in combination with 4Kids, Yu-Gi-Oh! Started to expand. Stickers, action figures, even a movie with Burger King kids meal toys. But of course, not all kids had access to other players. So the next thing the hungry, cardboard-craving masses wanted was a virtual way to experience the same card game that they had in real life. They wanted Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game. And boy, did they ever deliver.
Oh, this can only end well.
Now a little history on this one. The original Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga actually was not supposed to have anything to do with card games. It was originally supposed to revolve around Yugi Muto, dealing with the struggles of everyday high school life, while at the same time throwing in an ancient magical pyramid puzzle with a bloodthirsty psychopath in it that wants to murder everyone. You know, your average teen drama.
You know what I love most about this show? It's all about the characters and the storyline, and there are absolutely no cheap merchandising tactics involved. Hey, anyone wanna play Duel Monsters? The greatest game of all time. You should really ask your parents to buy it for you.
But in the issue where they introduced Seto Kaiba, Yugi's arch nemesis,
everyone knows that Seto Kaiba is an obsessive, egomaniacal scumbag. The only reason you're playing this game is to prove you're the best.
Actually, I'm just playing for fun.
Seriously?
I love playing games with my friends.
Okay, stop that.
Especially my closest friends.
You're freaking me out here.
Like you, Yugi.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Seto Kaiba, the nicest guy on the face of the planet.
They also introduced a card game called Magic and Wizards, an obvious play on Magic the Gathering. Kazuki Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, received so much feedback from this one episode requesting him to continue the card game in later issues, even though he had not actually planned on making the game last more than 2 issues.
So think of that, guys. Just as kids, your voices could mean so much and impact an entire generation. So it's you little shits I have to blame for all of the—
Now, while in development, the first set of cards were given to the toy company Bandai to create. Now, by this time, the TV series Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters had been released in Japan. However, Bandai was making the cards based loosely off of the manga cards, artwork and all. The kids were starting to get bummed that their cards weren't matching up to their TV series that they were watching, so they gave the card game to a new company, a little independent game developer that no one had ever heard of until that time, called Konami. However, the ball was already rolling and the kids wanted to play the card game immediately, so they told Konami to develop a video game that was based on the Bandai game that had already been made. This is where the game Forbidden Memories comes in.
It's time to duel!
Okay, everything looks pretty promising, the graphics are pretty decent for a PlayStation 1 game, and besides the lame story arc, it doesn't seem that bad. Okay, it's the card game, only you can only have 5 cards in your hand, so not bad. Huh. Push the button on accident, and a 1 appeared over the card. What? They fused together. But that was never in the card game, and in real life you had to use a special card to do that, called polymerization. Also, it's completely replenishing my hand if I run out, and I don't lose if I run out of cards. This is supposed to be based off the real-life card game. This system bothered me so much as a kid. This was not only my first Yu-Gi-Oh! Game I ever played, but also the first PS1 game I ever played. So when I went to the playground with my stack of shitty-ass cards, we would try to play with these rules, and we could not figure it out! And I was not alone in this. If you look at the pictures in the TV Guide magazine that Yu-Gi-Oh! Was featured on, it showed kids all over America playing the card game incorrectly to try to mimic the video game and the already corrupted TV show. There's just no consistency. Cards are different than in real life. Fusions are hard to use, and there is no in-between in the AI. They're either balls to the walls hard, or I'm literally going to sleep bored.
But Konami didn't stop there. They needed more money from these desperate people that just wanted a decent game. All they wanted was something good for the GameCube.
Wow! From the intro alone, this game looks awesome! Sweet graphics, all your favorite monster cards, I'm ready to duel with the king of games! What? What? Where are the cards? Where are the cards? What is this? What is this? I can't do this! This is they wanted, oh, Jesus. So, when Konami saw that their target demographic wanted to play the children's card games on a home console, they not only didn't do it once, they didn't do it twice, but they did do it 3 times, and instead decided to go with a JRPG. With the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, even though they're not cards, they're just monsters and you attack other people's fortresses? So this is like Future Tactics only with Yu-Gi-Oh?
What the fuck is that guy doing in my room?
Hey, is the curse over with?
No, what are you doing? No, this is Jayden time! Get out! Get out of here!
So you think after all of those games, they'd stop on the consoles. Well, they sort of did, with the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions of the games actually getting pretty decent games, but all they were really were the card games, so pretty standard stuff. You know, give them what they want. But there's one system that never gave us what we wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, the next game can only be described in 4 words. Motorcycles using a stick.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breakers!
I was actually sort of impressed with this opening. The cel shade graphics look really nice, the characters are very appealing, the monsters look really cool, so I might actually have a good time with this game. That is, until I went to the first menu.
It said I needed the nunchuck for this game, but it won't let me select it with this. Oh, I see. For menu selection, you need the stick. Why need this part if you used the stick in the first place? Why even add it?
Get this straight. When they decided to design this motorcycle game that was based on the TV motorcycle game, it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual card game itself. None of these cards do what they do in real life.
Too bad! What a show of skill!
I guess that's it. There is absolutely no good Yu-Gi-Oh games. I guess I'm gonna have to live under the curse of the he-she-bees for the rest of my life, and I can play more card games on the motorcycle. Redemption? Has my soul been saved? We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. I give you Dungeons and Dice Monsters for the Game Boy Advance.
Compared to the rest of these games, this game is grade A amazing, especially for the Game Boy Advance. Full 3D cutscenes, you get an imaginative gameplay to a game that you actually wanted in real life. Gameplay mechanics are actually pretty simple on this. It's basically the Dungeon Dice Monsters from the show and in real life if you want to get technical, but no one actually played that game. Oh, who did? I did. The game itself actually is very fun, with original characters that were never in the show. This is a very new path for Yu-Gi-Oh! What's weird is this was the cheapest game I actually got out of all the games I got for this review. I got it on sale at the game store for $3. This game was $3 used, and it is a magnificent investment. Anyone who wants to play a genuinely good Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that's original, fun, and not actually about the card game, definitely pick this one up.
I was in there so long. I got a haircut.
Jayden. Get the fuck out of my house.
have one question for you before you leave. What genders you, Belle?
Oh, it's funny that you should mention it. It's actually...
I feel like Matt and I are supposed to do something today.
And I'm Jayden Yuki, the cute hyperactive one that people want to choke in his sleep.
I want to cheer you up. A big friendly hug.
Back off, Kaiba.